Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to dive into how to deal with difficult people in relationships in your life. Let's dive in. Listen, people are interesting. People are amazing. They're the most intriguing thing in the world to me, to learn about people. But people are also very difficult sometimes. And every person that you meet comes with a history of a million little teeny tiny moments in their lives that have made them who they are. You know, whether it's a coworker who's really stubborn and hard to deal with, maybe it's a family member that's really critical of you, maybe it's your crazy neighbor across the street, maybe it's your children, maybe it's your spouse. And so today what I want to talk to you about is how to work with and deal with people who are really difficult for you. And mostly the reason why I think this is important is so that you can maintain your mental health. Because in my opinion, you maintaining your mental health is the most important thing that you should be focusing on every single day. And caveat to all of this, I'm going to mostly be talking about other people in today's episode, but I do want to actually say it is very important to look at how you also show up in all of your relationships and take responsibility for how you show up in a relationship. And this episode is not just about blaming other people for the way that they are. I'm going to be talking a lot about other people, but as an adult, it's important for you to actually take responsibility for how you show up in all of your relationships as well. If your mother calls you and every time she talks to you, she's just doom and gloom and talking about how terrible things are, and you notice that you feel worse after. I'm not saying like don't pick up your mom's phone calls, but you teach people how to talk to you. And so you could say to her like, hey mom, I'm working on my own mental health. Please stop calling me and telling me all of the things that you see in the news. And please stop telling me about all of the stuff that you're reading online. And then someone's like, oh, say your mom's like, oh, well, I'm just trying to protect you. Hey, listen, I appreciate that. And I love that you're trying to protect me, but I'm just setting a new boundary. I'm really working on my mental health. Please don't call me and tell me anything bad or anything negative. Can you respect that? Yeah, maybe she can. And do you think that she's probably going to do it again? Of course. And so when she does, it's about maintaining the boundaries, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. And so the important thing is to realize is you teach people how to talk to you. And through that, even if you've never verbally actually said your boundaries, people are always picking up your boundaries or lack of boundaries. For a lot of people is a better way of saying it. Let's say, for instance, you got coworkers, right? Let's say you have a coworker that's just brash. They're just a complete asshole. Maybe there's a little bit of an asshole and it's like, hey, you teach people how to talk to you. Hey, George, listen, I'd appreciate if you don't talk to me that way. Cool? What you're doing is you're setting your own boundaries. You are teaching him how to talk to you. If there's resistance towards it, stay firm to it. We're not coming at somebody and like arguing with them. It's just, hey, I'd appreciate if you don't speak to me like that. Cool? Hey, I'd just appreciate if you don't speak to that person that way. And so what you do is if you have coworkers that are hard to deal with and you have to be at work, well, make sure you communicate what your boundaries are in a very firm but loving way. And, if you have old friends, let me first say that it's okay to grow apart. It is okay to grow apart from people. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a little while. And so it's important for you to go through and assess every friendship that you have, every relationship that you have, and decide whether they're coming with you into the next chapter or not. And once again, I'm saying you don't have to cut people off forever, but you can distance yourself for a little while and just see how you feel. And if you start to think about somebody, if you're like, okay, you've got this friend from college, maybe they were your roommate in college, you've been friends for 20 years, you can sit down with the pen and paper and say, how do I feel about this person? And check in with your body once again. And your body's going to say, oh yeah, like I can feel like a tightness in my chest whenever I start to think about them. Okay, what is that? What's behind it? What am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? And then you can start to make some plans. And once again, it's super important to think through things, but it's also really important to check in with your body and see how your body is feeling through things as well. And so it's really important for us to learn how to work with people, especially ones that are difficult, and realize that your mental health is extremely important. So some people, they might just be past their season, and that's okay. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me in it, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. And if you're out there and you love this podcast, you'll probably also love something I got coming out called Mindset Mentor Plus, which is a way to take this episode and every episode that comes out and work through it and integrate it more into your life through worksheets, through journaling prompts, through assignments. There's going to be exclusive Q&A sessions with me. There's going to be a community and a ton of other bonuses. So if you want to learn about it, go to mindsetwaitlist.com. Once we announce it, we're going to announce it to the waitlist first, and there's going to be a chance to join in and get a discount when you're one of the founding members. So if that interests you, you want to learn more, go to mindsetwaitlist.com. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission, make somebody else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.